it's Bianca Celeste here and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about makeup for beginners. So I'm going to be breaking it down and putting it in the simplest terms as possible so that you can be able to follow along and achieve this look right here. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this because it really helps me out. And without further ado, we're going to head right into the video. So first, we're going to start out with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This primer will help my foundation to pretty much stick and adhere to my skin. I mean, honestly and truthfully, you can go without primer and just use a moisturizer. I mean, I'm pretty good with both, but I definitely will say it'll give your foundation a really good grip to your face. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with that. I'm going to do some pumps on my face, just like little pumps all over. And then I'm going to pat that in with my hand. So I'm just gonna keep patting. And yeah, now we're done. So next, of course, we're going to go in with a foundation. So we're going to go in with the NARS Sheer Glow in the color Marquises. And I'm going to pump some of that on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna do about 3 pumps just because I like a lot of coverage. As you can see, this is what real skin looks like, you know, hyperpigmentation, dark marks, discoloration, everything at its finest. So yeah, we're gonna wanna cover that up. And I'm going to dip my beauty blender on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to go straight in. And I'm just going to pounce it. Now, you can go in with a brush, but I prefer the beauty blender because it just gives me a more flawless finish. And as you can see, this is covering up a lot of my dark marks. So look at that difference. This is the dark marks, hyperpigmentation, uneven skin tone, and look at this. Voila. We have perfect skin now. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep on pouncing with that beauty blender. I just got done being sick, so don't mind me if I sound a little stuffy. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on getting more from the back of my hand and evenly distributing it onto the face. And just keep on pouncing it with my beauty blender like this until I get it even and all on my face. And then we're also gonna bring it down the neck a little bit. You don't wanna put too much product on the neck, but just a little bit so that it all blends evenly. And as you see, like all the product is on my face, but it's not completely blended. So I'm just gonna keep on blending until everything is completely blended. And how you know it's completely blended is you don't see any more lines. Everything just looks seamless. You see that? It's all coming together. And yeah, y'all, this is super realistic because as you can see, my eyebrows are not done. And I honestly think a lot of people can relate. So yeah, you're gonna get underneath the eye. You're gonna get on top of the eye. And just keep on going until everything is nice and blended. And also, y'all, make sure you wet your beauty blender. So I pretty much wet my beauty blender and then I squeeze out all of the excess water. So it's not dry, but it's pretty much damp. But not damp to the point where when you are blending in your foundation that you could, you know, the water is still, you know, there's water still coming out of the sponge. Like, no, there should be no water coming out of the sponge. You should squeeze all the water out after wetting it. So next I'm gonna go in with the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer in the number 12. So as you can see, my face just looks kind of one-dimensional, plain, nothing's really going on. So I like to brighten it up a little bit with a little bit of concealer. With your concealer, you don't really want to go too bright. I mean, unless you just like, you know, a bright under eye and stuff. But then you also don't want to go too dark because then you won't be able to highlight. So for me, I would say this is the type of shade that I like. For you, that shade might be different. So what I'm doing is I highlighted the under eye. I just kind of made a triangle under both under eyes, right here on the chin, the cupid's bow, down the nose, and the forehead. And then I'm just going to take my beauty blender, and then I'm just going to take the tip of it and blend that out. And I'm just pouncing and pouncing. And we're just going under the eye and then blending. That's really all it is. Definitely don't overcomplicate it. Makeup, honestly, is not that hard. Honestly, the hardest part is probably the eyebrows, because I honestly feels like I feel like it takes the most artistic ability for that part. But this, girl, you're definitely going to be able to do this part. So I put on my foundation, and now I'm blending my concealer. And as you see, it's starting to make me look more awake. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I was looking a little dead in the face with just the foundation. But once you add the concealer, you just look alive. You just look like that girl. And you want to make sure you are getting the ends of the concealer and blending that into the foundation so that it all comes together seamlessly. All right, so new product alert. Today I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Grace. Everybody is using this blush, so let's see what it's about. I've already used the other shade they have. I've already used this shade, which I've already used the shade Grateful. So today I'm going to be using Grace. And let's see what's going on. Let's see what all the hype is about. So I'm gonna take this blush, this liquid blush. And honestly, blush will give you so much color to your face. I feel like without blush, you just look a little bit dull and a little bit drained. But when you put that blush on your face, it adds the color back. So I'm going to take the end of my beauty blender and I'm just going to blend like this. Oh, and as you can see, that is absolutely beautiful. Now you can use a powder blush, but honestly, a liquid blush will give you a very natural appearance. So I'm gonna add some more because I'm a blushaholic. So yeah, we're just gonna add more. And as you can see, that is absolutely beautiful. So you're just gonna keep blending until you can't blend anymore. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. And just blend, 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 blend. I definitely think one of the key elements to makeup is just blending. So I'm gonna add some more blush. And I'm going to take the beauty blender again and just keep blending. And as you can see, that blush gave me a beautiful flush of color. And honestly, it's not blended in as much as I want it to be, but just give me a second and we're gonna make it all come together. So as you can see, after I'm done blending my blush, I'm looking so happy. Or at least I look like I'm happy. Like, it just makes you look excited to be where you're at. It just makes you look happy. It just makes you look just glowy. It just makes you look radiant. Like, you absolutely need blush. And I know some people don't like blush, but girl, you are missing out. Like, it just does the dang thing. So now I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to dip my beauty blender in there. This is my favorite part. And I'm going to put that powder underneath my eye. And I'm literally just pressing the powder in. I'm not doing anything crazy. Just pressing it in. Press, 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 press. My first layer of powder, I pretty much just press it in. And what the powder is going to do is going to set your makeup in place. If you wear just the foundation or concealer and foundation without setting your makeup, I'm pretty sure you've noticed that you start creasing during the day, and that's honestly just not cute because it makes it look like you have wrinkles or something. So you're going to want to set it. And honestly, this is the best powder because when I tell you this will make your makeup last all day, it's even cry proof. I've definitely cried in this makeup before and it's like it doesn't budge. So I'm also going to take a little bit of that powder and go underneath that blush and just set the rest of my face with it. And I'm just pressing in, press. And then the excess powder, I'm just going to brush it off with any fluffy brush you could find. I'm not too particular when it comes to brushes. If the brush can do the job, I use it. Why do I sound like a man? Okay, so if the brush can do the job, yeah, I pretty much use it. So yeah, I'm sweeping off that excess powder with this brush. And as you can see, I look like I'm kind of lacking color. So that's where we're gonna go ahead and bronze. So just like blush, the bronzer will add color right back to your face. So we're gonna dip our angle brush in the bronzer. And as you can see, this brush is at an angle. And that's gonna help us get into all the nooks and crannies. So as you can see, I'm pretty much going in with the bronzer. And I'm going in circular motions, I guess you could say. So I'm going in circular motions and just kind of buffing that into the skin. And I'm also gonna put a little bit down here and a little bit over here. And honestly, I'm pretty messy when it comes to this part. I'm not super particular or anything because honestly, I'm just adding the color back to my face. I'm not really trying to like look super duper sculpted, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna also put that on my forehead as well. I'm gonna put that on my forehead. And as you can see, like it's pretty much coming together. You can see that bronzer and you can also see that blush help to add more dimension to my face, more oomph, more, yeah, like you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, don't be afraid to keep on blending as long as you have to because you got to get that look, girl. If it's one thing about makeup, you cannot go unblended because it just will not look right. It just won't suffice. So just keep on doing whatever you have to do, whatever movements you have to do to get that blended look. And also when you're doing makeup, you may be tempted to like quit and like look in the mirror and just kind of be like, this is not coming together, this looks terrible. But do not give up, just keep on going and you will see in the end that you know you did the dang thing, because it takes a minute for makeup to come together. It doesn't just look good in the beginning. So yeah, you really have to trust the process when it comes to makeup. So yeah. And then I like to go on top of all of that with a face powder. This is a really affordable one by Maybelline. This is in shade 355 Coconut. I'm gonna go ahead and tap that same brush in there and just go over the rest of my face. Blend it down the neck, over the nose, just go over everything and just blend it all together. And that's gonna give an even more flawless opinion. Flawless opinion, flawless application. So yeah, y'all, look at that. It's coming together nicely. So now we're gonna do the most dreaded part, which is probably the brows. So yeah, this is gonna take a little bit of artistic ability, so just be patient. But I'm gonna try to break it down in the most simplest terms so that this will be easy for you at home. So I'm gonna take this two-sided brush. This is a spoolie. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to brush my eyebrows up. So I'm brushing up, brushing up, brushing up. And then I'm going to take the other side of that brush. And this is the angle brush, which is going to help you make precise strokes when it comes to your eyebrows. And then also you're going to need a flat brush. And you're going to need some type of fluffy blending brush. So what I'm going to do is, you take that same concealer that you use underneath your eyes, and then I like to put a little bit underneath my eyebrow. Just like that. So as you can see, when you put it underneath your eyebrow like that, it pre-carves out your eyebrows so that you can see the shape that you're working with beforehand. So what I'm gonna do is take the flat brush and I'm going to just carve underneath my eyebrow as closest to the hairs as possible without actually covering the hairs. And look at that, y'all. It's helping me tremendously with carving out my eyebrow before actually filling it in. A lot of people fill their eyebrow in first, but if you're a beginner, I definitely recommend carving the eyebrow out first because that will just help you a lot. And then after you're done like pushing that product down with the flat brush, we're gonna take this fluffy brush and we're just gonna blend it out like that. And as you can see, we haven't added any brow products yet, but it's helped so much with the shape. Look at that. Okay, so now I'm done doing the same thing to the other eye. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this Wet n Wild brow powder in the Ultimate Brow Kit. And I'm going to take my angled side of the brush and I'm going to dip it in the lighter shade right here. And what I'm going to do is lightly just go over my brow hairs. Because y'all, you don't have to do like an extreme brow look or anything like that. You could simply just follow the natural hairs you already have. And it'll help just create that arch it'll help create that shape that you're looking for. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tap in the front to create those natural brow hairs. And I'm going to just lightly feather back here. And I'm going to take that spoolie again and I'm going to brush through all of that. So as you can see, this is a really natural brow. And what I like to do is I'll take the concealer again and I'll trace it out one more time. And then I'll take that flat brush. And go over it again. So boom, we're back. We did the same thing to the other side. Now as you can see, I feel like this does look very natural. So if you want to amp it up a notch, you're going to go back into that same powder. You could probably mix the lighter shade in with the darker shade just to give you a little bit more definition. And we're going to go on top of the brow and we're just going to carve out the shape that we want, following the shape of our natural brow. And as you can see, that added just a little bit more definition and shape to the brow. So we're going to just keep on doing that. And a lot of definition comes from the top and bottom of the brow in the outline. I look scary. So yeah. This is the more natural brow, and then this one is the more defined one. But still feathery, as you can see. So, yeah, I'm going to do this to this brow, and I'll be right back. Okay, boom. So, we're back. So, we're going to take that Beauty Blender, and we're just going to press it in underneath the brow to get rid of any lines of demarcation and any separation in the makeup. So, yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and say we're done with the brows. And if you want, you can go back in with the spoolie again and just feather out the brows as you please. So as you can see, the brows have added more shape and definition to the face. And to even further construct my face, so I'm gonna go in with the bronzer that we use from Morphe and I'm going to contour my nose. So what I like to do is take this flat brush. What am I doing? So what I like to do is take this flat brush and I'm going to go into this powder right here and I'm just going to start from my nose and go down like this. And as you can see, it does look scary. It will look super scary at first, but if you just stick with me, we're going to get to a more blended and natural appeal. So I'm going to go in more and I'm just going to keep going down. Now, when I do my nose contour, I like to stop right here because I feel like it gives a more natural appearance. So as you can see, we're looking like a crazy person. So we're gonna make ourselves look more crazy and just do the same thing on the other side of our nose. And then we're going to go in with a little bit of that product at the tip of the nose. So as you can see, we definitely have a nose contour, but do not be alarmed because we are not done. So to further blend out the nose, I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder. We're going to dip a flat shader brush in there and we're going to carve out the nose. I'm just going to press all along that nose contour. And don't get me wrong, y'all, this is a lot. So if you are not into nose contour and if you are not into doing all of this, you do not have to do this. You can skip the nose contour altogether. This is just for my girls that do want to learn how to nose contour. And I wouldn't even consider myself an expert or anything. I just am sharing with y'all what I know. I actually am a makeup artist, but I'm fairly new to nose contour. I just started nose contouring about a year ago. So yeah. So yeah, this is how we look right now. And I think that brought down that nose contour just a little bit so you look less scarce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to go over all of that. That's what we're going to do, yeah. We're going to go over everything that we just put down. And as you can see, it kind of snatches our nose, but when the lighter powder went over the darker powder, it made it less scary. You know what I mean? So we're just going to go over that with the beauty blender, and it also makes it look less harsh. You know what I mean? Y'all, I sound so stuffy because I just got over my sickness, hallelujah. In my opinion, that does look like a softer nose contour because it could be a lot harsh. I don't like mine to be harsh or anything. I like mine on the softer side because it's like it's there, but is it really there? You know what I mean? Alrighty, so we're pretty much done with our face. Now we're going to do our lips. For my lips, I pretty much will just do a clear gloss if we're talking on a day-to-day basis. But for today's video, I'm just going to do a more colored gloss. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. concealer and I use the darker shade as a lip liner and I just line my lips. Yeah, I love using this concealer as a lip liner just because it's just, I don't know, it's just something about it. It just glides onto my lips so creamy and so smooth. So that just goes to show you can literally use anything as makeup. Well, not anything as makeup, but you can use any product for something else. You know what I mean? Makeup is very versatile. Now I'm going to go in with the AOA Lip Pop in the color Role Model, and I'm just going to put that on my lips. And I'm going to add this clear lip gloss on top for some extra shine. And then you can add more blush if you feel like the amount of blush you have on is just not enough. I'm just going to add a little bit more just so I can look just a little bit more alive, you know. I love blush personally, so yeah, you're gonna see this blush. Since this is a makeup tutorial for beginners, we're not doing a drastic eyeshadow look. I personally don't even wear a lot of eyeshadow. What I do is I'll go in with my bronzer and I'll buff that all into the lid, just like this. And what you're gonna wanna do is just keep blending until it's blended out all over your lid seamlessly. And look at how natural that looks. Just keep blending in circular motions until everything looks flawless. And I'm blending that right into that nose contour so everything looks seamless as well. And as you can see, that's very natural. And lastly, I'm going to go in with the new Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara. I've actually never used this before, but we're going to go ahead and use it today. I'm starting from the root of my eyelashes, and I'm just going up like that. And as you can see, that mascara added a lot of volume. I'm not even going to lie. And then I'm going to go on the top and do the same thing. Start from the root Start from the root and go out. Then I'm just going to feather them with the end of the mascara wand like that. And honestly, I be seeing people doing like 3 layers of this stuff, but honestly, you just need 1. Like, this made my lashes super thick, honestly. What the heck? Wow, I actually really like that mascara. That made my eyelashes super thick. Okay, so the final part of this look, I'm going to be using the Mario Badescu Final Seal Setting Spray. And I'm just going to squirt that on my face to melt the look in. And also that will help the makeup to last all day. Okay guys, so that was the end of this video. As you can see, my makeup came out pretty natural looking, nothing too complicated, no cut creases, no eyeliner looks or nothing like that. I wanted to make this very simple to follow along to, or just for a simple, beginner friendly, everyday, easy makeup look, you know what I mean? So if you want to see any other makeup looks that you want me to break down in detail, please drop that down below and I will be happy to do so. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And you go out and you be a good person and you have a great day. Bye.